Hello, beautiful women. Today, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what happens or what do we experience when we lack self-love. So, I have created an amazing opportunity for you that I'm going to share with you at the end on different ways that you can experience an expansion and journey to more self-love. And who doesn't want that, right? It's so easy for us as women to, if somebody asks you, like, do you love yourself? You could easily respond with yes. I know I have many, many times without fully understanding what self-love encompasses and what does it really mean. So today I wanted to talk about how the lack of self-love may be showing up with you. And if you experience any one of these things, I want you to watch until the end to see how you can work with me and how you can experience this journey into deeper self-love. Okay. So these are pretty common pain points that we may have. And as a coach, as an intuitive healer, I take my clients from experiencing any of these pain points into which I'll share here with you. Most of these pain points of lack of self-love is some type of fear, some type of trauma that we store and hold within our body. And I help you take these pain points and transform them into peace, abundance, love, and joy, just among a few things. Okay. So take a note of maybe what you experience. And I know that I have, and sometimes am currently still working through some of these different things. So this is just for you to understand that you're not alone. We're all women. We are all can relate to some of these things, but also know that you are powerful. It is your birthright to feel more confident and empowered as a woman. And you don't have to be stuck at any of these things. So what would your life look like if you could transform some of these beliefs and feelings and experiences in your life? So the first one I want to talk about is low self-esteem. Low self-esteem is constantly doubting yourself and feeling unworthy or inadequate in your life. So how many of you are currently or can relate to the feeling of low self-esteem, right? You might put on an outfit in the morning and be like, ugh, I don't want to be seen in this outfit today. Or, I really want to join that exercise group, but ugh, I am nowhere near where those ladies may be at. Or, wow, I really want to invest in myself and hire somebody to coach me or work with me or maybe do a healing session, but I don't know if I'm worth spending that type of money on myself, right? The second thing is negative self-talk. This is the act of engaging in harsh self-criticism and perpetuating a cycle of negative thoughts. So if you are constantly in that hamster wheel of telling yourself that you're not beautiful enough, or you don't look good in that outfit, or you're not going to find happiness or love until you lose 10 more pounds, or fill in the blank. We are constantly thinking, we are constantly having thoughts, whether they are conscious or unconscious, subconscious thoughts, right? We don't even realize the stories we're telling ourselves and how that impacts our reality and what we're experiencing out in the world. We could be telling ourselves negative thoughts all day long without even realizing it in the most small, minute ways. And when we're in that constant cycle of attack, we are creating the experience that we see to be negative, to feel like we're being attacked because of our mind. The third one is comparing yourself to others. This was one of the most detrimental things I have ever done to myself. And I know that you can relate. I know I'm not alone in this. This is about feeling inferior or inadequate when we compare ourselves to others. This leads to feelings of envy or insecurity. Look at how we look at celebrities or friends or family members or people that we don't even know on social media and think, oh, if only I had that, or if only I could be like her. It is causing so much detriment to yourself, creating a lot more pain and suffering than abundance, love, and joy. Number 4 is difficulty setting boundaries. Again, this is what I had a really hard time doing. And I would say that I'm a recovering people pleaser. And so setting boundaries to me has become a little bit easier to obtain, but it's always been a struggle. And this is your ability, this is about struggling to assert one's needs and boundaries, often leading to overcommitment and resentment. This is your inability to say no when asked to do something. It's your ability or inability to stick up for what you believe in order to fit in with somebody else, or going out and doing something that you know doesn't align with you or your values or what you want. Number 5 is fear of failure or rejection. So being overly cautious or avoiding challenges due to fear of failure or rejection, which limits personal growth and exploration. So again, when you aren't able to set boundaries because you don't want to be rejected, or you're pleasing other people to feel loved, is a trauma response, right? And sometimes we have that deep fear of failure and rejection that we just go ahead and go along with what other people want and expect of us just so that we can be accepted. And that's a lack of self-love, right? Then we have perfectionism, number 6, which is about setting unrealistic standards for oneself and feeling disappointed or inadequate when unable to meet them. There's a lot of people, a lot of women especially, who need to strive for perfectionism. And that can really lead us to burnout. Number 7, seeking external validation. So again, are you relying on external approval or validation to feel worthy or lovable? Which leads to a constant need for validation. I can relate to this so much. I have put on many, many different masks in different social engagements or around certain people to receive the validation that my inner child or that traumatized part of me needed so deeply to feel loved, which led to neglect, which is the next one I'm going to talk about: self-neglect, neglecting your own needs, your own well-being, your own happiness in favor of prioritizing others' needs or desires, excuse me. This is really easy as women and mothers, right? We're raised in a society where if you look at our grandmothers, they put every meal on the table for their husband, their hardworking husbands. They did everything for their children, in which they probably didn't do much for themselves because it was selfish, or so we were told. Number 9 is difficulty accepting compliments. Oh, this one is tricky, right? Again, we feel uncomfortable when somebody gives us a compliment, or we try to make an excuse like, oh, Brittany, I love your sweater. Oh, this old thing. It's so easy to just brush it off like, oh, no big deal. One of the first programs that I ever did with a mentor, a coach many years ago, was she did these 40-day workshops where you focused on one thing for 40 days. And the first thing that we worked on was opening yourself up to receive. And I didn't realize how much I was pushing compliments away because it was so difficult to receive. I'm a pretty strong, independent, go-getter person. I'm an Aries. It's hard for me to even accept other people's help sometimes, let alone compliments. Probably drives my husband nuts. And then the last one is lack of self-care. So neglecting your own self-care practices such as proper nutrition, exercise, sleep, relaxation, which can contribute to feelings of physical and emotional depletion. So I want you to just look at these 10 things. What is it that you're like, yep, that's me. I can see that. And these are hard to admit, right? These things we, as women, we don't really want to say, well, yeah, you should hear my thoughts. They're not pretty. Or, yeah, I strive for perfection, which not so great. Or, yeah, I'm consistently seeking external validation so that I feel worthy and valuable. And don't get caught up that these things are bad. It doesn't make you a bad person. It makes you human. And as women, in order to confidently feel like we can give ourselves love, we can give love to others, we can receive love, we have to shift these beliefs. We have to be able to look at these 10 things and easily be able to pinpoint, or maybe it's not easy, but I can help you pinpoint where you're struggling, where you're feeling stuck, and take those traumas or those impacts and transform them with you, transform them so you can love yourself deeply, so that you can step into a room and feel like you can stand a little taller, regardless of what anybody else in the room thinks, because you feel good about you and you can love yourself more. And loving yourself more leads to more confidence, being empowered, loving yourself unconditionally, being able to manifest your soulmate that you long for, that you are able to confidently make decisions knowing that that is what feels aligned to you and yourself, you and you, versus making choices and decisions based on anybody else's needs. So what would your life look like? What would your life feel like if you could move from fear and doubt and worry and unworthiness to feeling empowered and confident and on top of the world? What would your life look like? And what do you need to do to get from here to there? So I'm offering you for this week, today is Monday, February 12th, to work with me in a way that will allow you to step beyond this comfort threshold, right? We can stay comfortable and just say, yeah, I hear you, Brittany. I do have negative self-talk and I struggle with setting boundaries, but I'm okay because it's just comfortable, and comfortable is okay for me. But what if you could step over that threshold and say, heck yeah, I am ready. I'm done with this BS, these thoughts. I'm done with the lack of confidence. I want to step into my role as an empowered, confident, loving human being that will create more abundance, more fulfilling relationships. It will allow me to feel like I'm living with more purpose and direction. If that's you, then listen up, okay? So this week I have Love Illumination, a journey to self-discovery, which includes a guided meditation, which I recorded earlier this morning, and it is amazing. It is so amazing. It will guide you to connecting or reconnecting deeper into your body, into your heart space, in picking up the pieces to feel and embody more confidence, more kindness, more abundance, more gratitude for who you are. And with that, you'll also receive a one-to-one intuitive reading that I will reach out to you for your intention. I will record the session, the reading session, and I will email that recording to you. And I also make sure that I gather any insights from you before I do the reading on any intentions or questions that you have. Okay. So that is a pretty little beautiful package that you get for $55. But if you want more, then I invite you to work with me, hire me as your personal coach that will help you step over that threshold. And this is for you if you are ready to just move through the discomfort for just a moment and really take action into becoming that love empowered, illuminated being. So for an additional $100, you get me for 5 days in Voxer, which is a walkie-talkie app that you can send voice memos, you can write text messages, and I will coach you and guide you into stepping over that threshold. Okay, so if you're tired of feeling any or all of these 10 things today, then this is for you. Okay, so this is a fast action deal. You only have a few days to join this. It is an amazing offer. You don't want this to slip you by, okay? Or pass you by. So let me know below in the comments, which numbers are you? Which numbers are you dealing with right now? And how are you ready to step over and through these pain points so that you can live with more freedom, abundance, love, joy, and bliss? Okay. All right. I love you all. I see you. You're not alone in this. I'm walking right beside you. Let's hold hands and keep you moving forward in your life. Okay. All right. I can't wait to hear from you. I hope you all are having a fantastic moment wherever you are.